Number 1. You smile when you feel like crying. You laugh at the jokes, sometimes even louder than everyone else. People call you the fun one. But when the laughter fades and you're finally alone, the tears slip out quietly, like they've been waiting all day. Psychology calls this emotional masking. People with hidden depression often overcompensate with cheerfulness. It's a shield that keeps questions away. The smile becomes armor, convincing the world you're okay, even when your heart feels heavy. Number 2. You help others, but never ask for help. You're the one who remembers birthdays, checks in with those just thinking of you texts, and sends little things to make others smile. But when it's you who's hurting, silence. You swallow the pain, terrified of being a burden. This is called altruistic coping. Focusing on others creates purpose and distraction, but it also deepens the loneliness. Everyone feels cared for, yet you're left unseen. Number 3. You feel blank in joyful moments. The music is loud, the room is buzzing, everyone around you is alive with joy. You smile, you nod, you join in. But inside, it's empty, like watching life through thick glass. You're there, but you can't feel it. That emptiness often points to anhedonia, one of depression's core symptoms. Brain scans show the reward centers don't light up the way they should. What should feel bright and warm instead feels muted and distant, like the color has been drained out of the moment. Number 4. You snap over small things. A spilled drink, a late reply, a sound that's just a little too loud. Suddenly you're overwhelmed, angry, tearful, frustrated. And then comes the guilt, that voice saying, you're being too much. For many, depression doesn't just look like sadness, it shows up as irritability. Shifts in serotonin and stress hormones make the brain hypersensitive, so even minor stressors feel heavier than they should. Number 5. You stay busy to avoid thinking. Your calendar is always full. You say yes to everything: work, favors, events. You tell yourself you thrive on being busy. But really, silence feels dangerous. Because when the world quiets down, the heavy thoughts creep in. That nonstop pace is avoidance coping. Busyness numbs the mind just enough to keep intrusive thoughts at bay. But since the root pain isn't faced, it lingers, waiting for the next quiet moment. Number 6. You obsess over small mistakes. You reread a text 5 times before sending. You replay conversations in your head until they blur. A tiny slip at work feels like proof that you're failing, again and again. Depression magnifies self-criticism. The brain's error detection system becomes overactive, fueling rumination. Paired with perfectionism, even the smallest misstep feels catastrophic, like evidence you'll never be enough. Number 7. You avoid deep conversations. You're easy to talk to, quick with a joke, quick with small talk. But when someone asks, "How are you really?" you dodge. You change the subject. You laugh it off. Depression makes vulnerability feel unsafe. The fear of being judged or misunderstood keeps the walls up. On the outside, you're social, lighthearted, but inside, the loneliness grows. Number 8. You cancel plans last minute. You say you're not feeling well. You imagine showing up, being part of things. But when the time comes, the thought of facing people feels unbearable. So you stay home, and the guilt creeps in. Social withdrawal is a hallmark of depression. Anhedonia tells you joy won't come, while anticipatory anxiety warns that being around others will only drain you. And so isolation becomes both the problem and the temporary relief. Number 9. You stop caring about how you look. Showers can wait. Clothes are whatever's closest. The energy it once took to look put together now feels impossible. The mirror doesn't matter anymore. This isn't laziness. Depression drains motivation and physical stamina. Research shows how the brain's drive systems go quiet, making even basic grooming feel overwhelming. What looks like neglect is really exhaustion, inside and out. Number 10. You say, "I'm just tired," a lot. You yawn, you cancel, you apologize. You say, "I'm just tired," and it's believable. Everyone gets tired. But deep down, you know it's not rest you're craving. It's peace, relief, a break from carrying so much inside. Depression fatigue runs deeper than lack of rest. It's fueled by disrupted sleep cycles, drained neurotransmitters, and the invisible weight of emotional pain. Tired becomes the safest word to hide behind because it explains the exhaustion without exposing the truth. If any of this feels familiar, you're not alone. These signs don't mean you're weak. They show how strong you've been while carrying so much. Depression hides in plain sight, but healing begins when it's no longer hidden. Reaching out, even just a little, can be the first step toward relief.